Are you ready to breathe with me? A simple techniques that can awaken the most exclusive vibration within you. I am Immortal Dawn of the Awakened Soul, and good to have you. And you are the first time watching this video, please subscribe, comment, and like and share. And if you have been our conversant partner in this path, kudos to you. The secret continue. Why the world, the big brothers, why they want to chain us from the reality of our spiritual content. Why is the things, what are they fighting for? Why are they so much in a haste to propagate the luck of our nose to breathe right? I will be speaking with you from the angle of a health officer and also from a spiritual mastery. I said before, there is no life without you having the right chunk of your O2 going straight into your body system. Every sage, every guru, every priest, every renowned soul personality in this planet till now, none of them has ever been successful advancing the spiritual cause without meditation and breathing techniques. There are so many diverse techniques you can use to awaken every chamber of your spiritual contemporary zone. And they have been very, very successful. And I have been fortunate to have a private talk and to follow them and discover this. That one of the challenges we have as human is that we have not learned how to breathe right. And because of this, our spiritual content, our spiritual dynamism has all been failing our hands. We think it's all about reading holy books and observing holy days and, doing some stupid things, thinking it's all about spirituality. Let me tell you, spirituality means one single thing. Breathe. That is the spirit of man. The air you breathe in is the spirit of man. I know of men who have practiced this down to people I can limitlessly call their name, down to my ancestors and my own father who transitioned our time taught me that in act of divination, there must be a time where we allow nature to flow around our circumference. I want to listen to your heartbeat. No, I want to listen to your lungs today. If I listen to your lungs, what content of oxygen will I find there? It's not only how much you breathe. No, what is the quality of the oxygen? What is the quality of the vital strength, the vital energy that is sent inside this virtual jacket, inside this most sophisticated chemical factory to awaken and to set ablaze the cells to burn and raise the extraterrestrial nature that runs in us. But we are so busy eating and drinking and unconsciously breathing and unconsciously dying and unconsciously demising in our spiritual physique. They have introduced it. They tried it, it worked. And for us who has been very much concerned and sensitive in the development of the world systems and the way they want to frustrate every of our spiritual energies, we know that this was one of their tools. What does that mean? They want to reduce the content of the oxygen you take. The Marxing system. It is a spiritual strategy to reduce the content of the oxygen you take in. Listen, inside your lungs, at the tip of your bronchus, is hiding the most sophisticated machine that you have never even paid attention to. It is called the alveoli. The alveoli. this small little content you have in your body, it is the one that dissolves the content of the oxygen you breathe in and imprint it in every single blood that comes through your heart, passing through the lungs and returning back to your body through your same heart. It is the highway of sending those oxygenated blood to your whole tissue and down to the smallest atom part of your body, which is your cells. And now in doing so, you're beginning to understand that paying attention to the quality and the quantity of the oxygen you take inside your body, how much sanitized it is, how pure it is, how much content it is carrying, and if I must say, what is the charge energy in this oxygen I'm taking in? That's going to give you the ability to define, yes, the quality of your lungs and the strength and the quality of your heartbeat. If you have low content of oxygen, you have low content of oxygen in your blood. And of course, you have low content of life in you. The vital force will reduce. And I'm saying this for many of you who have already respiratory tract infections, you have going through respiratory problems. Listen, there is a technique, only a technique you can deploy to treat your respiratory issues just by breathing. Breathing. It's not by taking most of those inhalers. If you are asthmatic, if you have COPD, if you have lung tract infections, there are techniques, just techniques. There are some quality of oxygens you need to. There are some areas in nature that have different concentration of this life-giving force. Spirit, which is a spirituality, is all about our breathing. The energy we breathe that's the only thing that defines spirituality. If you have respiratory tract problem, there are centers of the earth. Sometimes it becomes necessary you climb to the hills. Sometimes you need to go to the valley. Sometimes you need to go close to the river. Sometimes sedentary environment. Sometimes you just need to get at the heat of the sun. The energy of the oxygen that contains high polarized radiation from the sun. Breathing is hot. It can send some exceptional vibes into your breathing tract environment and heal your breathing system. But we are not paying attention to how much I breathe. You only pay attention to how much you make. And you are working tirelessly and sealing your whole system with the most destroying agent called the mask. I am a nurse. I am a nurse, for Christ's sake. I keep this in my nose for all the whole time I work in the hospital or wherever I work. But I know what I'm doing to myself. And that's why most of the times I come back home, I spend my time in my meditation, my contemplation, and in my breathing energy. I resolve the matter within me just by calling in the right oxygen in my hollow temple. I allow the saturation be peaceful, fill it with the beautiful incense and the aromas of the presence of the gods of my ancestors. And I breathe in those sweet oxygen and I allow it to digest in my blood system. And hey, I cannot die. I get out from many contamination. You are living in a world filled with death. You are living in a world filled with decay and pollution. And now, pollution is no more their problem. They find a simple way to kill I and you. And this is a simple way. They tell you it is airborne disease. They tell you it's contagious. They tell you it's destroying. They call it the virus. The global viral moment. And everybody is busy locking up their respiratory tract, penetrating opening, what nature have designed to work freely. And that is reducing the content you take in. And you are dying every day. And I want to challenge you who want to be spiritual, who want to be fine-tuned with the spiritual atmosphere every day of your life. Don't ever play with breathing exercise. If it's going to take you to cross out your leg and position like this, as a meditational position, breathe it. Allow it to circulate down to your spinal cord. It is going straight to your bloodstream. Every contents you need in life is found in your blood. Whenever it's polluted, you have a polluted blood. Whenever it's contaminated, you have a contaminated blood. How can those highways be purified when your oxygen is not purified? How can your body be sanitized when your oxygen is not sanitized? You take this so for granted and you forget this is the life I have witnessed. So many of my patients die. I have watched them take their last breath. I have watched that oxygen, that life force, the bluish color, jump out of them. And that's all. They are gone. That life force has jumped out. How do I keep the life force alive in me? Just by keep recharging myself with the pure, qualitative, energizing oxygen, the O2. Even today, you cannot define the content of it. But it contains spiritual energy. It contains the vibes of the invisible. It contains the energy. The first time a child jumps out from the womb and jump on the table and the baby takes the breath. Once it takes that breath, every organ in the body will kick and start functioning. The heart will kick. Do you know that when somebody passes out and the heart shut down, the blood will congeal? And what will happen? The CPR process. They will transfer him in the machine and begin to use CPR and charge his heart. And when that goes on, he can be recharged. But even though he recharges himself and the alveoli collapses, that is why today there is nothing that can happen whenever the lungs collapse. You are gone. You can change the valves in your heart. In the medical field, a lot can happen in these heart surgeries. They bring the heart out and do the surgery. But the lungs is the most very complicated organ in the body that you don't play with. Once the alveoli, those small little end point of the bronchus, once they are destroyed, once they can no more allow themselves to become permeably transmitting the oxygen you breathe into our blood, once they can no more do that, you are going to have low blood, low oxygen content in your blood. And shortness of breath will result to what? Your extremities will lose the right oxygen. Your cells will start dying and your body system will start becoming cold. No perfusion. And because of this, your cells will start congealing. They are no more getting perfusion, no more energy, no fire. They are not burning well. And as it's happened anatomically, it's also happening spiritually. Because you are no more having spiritual energy and content. Your spirituality and its dynamism is dying. And I come to appeal to you as a spiritual fellow. Pay attention. Not only how you often unconsciously breathe. No. Pay attention to what and the quality of the air, the oxygen you breathe into this sophisticated divine equipment. And that will define how much you live. You live. Breathe in. Oh yeah. Let it go down to my legs and my hands and my organs and my kidney. Let it go down to my toes. Let me feel this oxygen filled with life and vitality. Let it go down to my brain and set my master glands awaken to release the most sophisticated chemical that can make my spirituality all round powerful. And I'll make me the God of my own time, radiating in beauty and much grace. I will see you again. This is Awakened Soul. Don't forget to share this, comment and like, and don't allow them kill you. Subscribe to the Awakened Soul. I love you all. And this is your brother Immortal Dawn. And I'll be right back next time. And I say peace, 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 peace to you all. Bye for now.